Hey guys, Rob the Spiritual Nomad. I wanted to talk tonight before I went to bed on the subject of intuition. I kind of recorded a video on it, I think a couple of weeks ago, maybe a week and a half ago on that. And I've had some really good conversation with some folks since then about intuition and how it works and how it functions and what it is. And I think I've got some notes here, by the way, but I think when it gets right down to it, we value intuition as spiritual people because we deeply want to feel like there is a place of trust somewhere in life, that we can have some complete trust in something. It's really hard navigating the world, life, job, career, relationships, on and on, the future, kids. It's so difficult. All the barrage of information that comes into our life is telling us what to do and how to do things, and we're getting good advice from family and friends and people we work with, and everybody's got a great idea for us. And I love the statements of, well, what you just need to do is, well, all you need to think about is, and the world is filled with people who don't really push us to rely on our own intuition, but they want us to rely on their advice. And that's the problem, is it's really hard to make solid decisions with all that extra input, all that extra information. All it ends up doing is it ends up creating a lot more conflict and challenge for us in the end, because we feel like we're obligated to listen to some of this good advice from other people. But here's a good way to think about intuition. In my years of experience, intuition is the convergence of all the information that I possess at the time, right now, with how I feel in my body about it. And that last part's really important, right? Because we call intuition our gut sometimes. And it can function that way for sure. But the problem with that is that sometimes our gut can be misinformed. Now, to be clear, there are times when our gut instinct or our intuition is telling us to take action immediately for our own safety, security, and stability, and we should listen to that for sure. But there are lots of other times when our body is not going to give us the whole picture. It's going to tell us its truth, but it's not going to be the whole truth. So we don't really have any other choice a lot of times than to listen to that convergence of the information that we have at the time and our body. But here's the best way to approach it, I think, in the end, is humility and experimentation. I think humility acknowledges I don't really have all the information, and I can get more information along the way. So I can't be dogmatic that my intuition is never going to lie to me. But then I can be also experimental about my life. I can do trial and error. I can try how I feel in my body and make a different decision and see what happens, and kind of experiment with small decisions that way. But in the end, I think those are some of the best ways to think about intuition, and I wonder what you guys think. I'd love to read about that in the comments. Thanks.